good. Well, I am a retired model. I haven't really done much in the past few years, but when I was at uni I was getting weekly paid, you know, gigs, and every second weekend was a runway show and that kind of thing. And I wasn't like a Victoria's Secret model, I wasn't a big deal, but it was like a part-time job for me, and at the time it was great because it was flexible and you get to dress up and it's all very exciting and everyone thinks you're the best because you're a model and all that kind of stuff. But there definitely is a bit of an ugly side to it. I know when young girls come to me and they say, oh, I'm thinking about doing modelling, do you have any advice, like how did you get into it, all this kind of stuff. And for me, I kind of just fluked it. I just fumbled into it and all of a sudden I was shooting. But yeah, I think, and what I tell them every single time is make sure you set boundaries and make sure you know what you want. Make sure you know before you get into the whirlwind world of the fashion industry, make sure you know what's a no and what's a yes, what you're going to say yes to, what you're going to say no to, because as a model you're just a glorified puppet. Like, you know, you walk into a room and you get told what to wear, you get told how to pose, you get told how to behave, and that's your job. And you know, in some instances that's fun because that aligns with what you think looks good, you know, your personality, whatever. But there are times where it's very, very uncomfortable, and you'll constantly be pushed to do more than you're comfortable with, and you'll constantly be pushed to go a little bit further and wear a little bit less and do a bit more of that and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's my biggest word of advice to young girls going into it. And it all looks wonderful and glamorous, but it's not. It's so not. There were multiple shoots where I came home and just cried because a lot of the time you're shooting on location, and for some reason people think because you're modeling, you're a public figure and they're allowed to come up and touch you and say things to you and ask you inappropriate things, and that's really confronting. And I remember being on a shoot where it was like a nightmare shoot. It was the worst shoot I've ever done, and the clothes didn't fit me properly, and the person directing the shoot was very opinionated and everything we did was not right. And we were shooting in a dodgy part of the city, and someone came up to us, older male came up to us and started, you know, making inappropriate comments. And I was with a younger model and we felt so unsafe, and she actually burst into tears because it was so confronting, having a stranger come up to you and make sexual advances towards you in a public space. And the photographer didn't even care. He wasn't even sticking up for us. And that's why I always give young girls a word of caution when going into that kind of stuff, because it's so easy to try and climb the ladder and go, I need to do another shoot, I need to get some more photos for my portfolio, I need to do more, I need to be better than that girl and do more than that, and can I fix my nose because it's not as cute as that girl. And that's just how it works in the fashion industry. I didn't get signed with an agency because I didn't have the look or the criteria that they wanted. A few dodgy agencies tried signing me, and there was a part of me going, yes, if I sign with them I'll get more shoots, I'll become more popular, I'll get more Instagram followers, I'll make it big in the modelling world. But then another side of me was going, no, that's actually dodgy, those photographers are all old men, or actually that doesn't feel right. And I ended turning a couple of them down, and that ended in me finishing up my modelling career. But I was okay with that because I had drawn those lines where I said I'm comfortable with going this far with it, and if it doesn't advance past that because I've kept my morals, I'm okay with that. And so yeah, that's my word of caution for young girls wanting to get into the fashion industry. Make sure you know who you are and what you're going to say yes to and what you're going to say no to. before you just get caught up in trying to please people and trying to satisfy your own, you know, identity and security and everything. I think it's really important to know who you are throughout the entire process.